We're processing about a ton of steel a day. Hundreds of thousands of brackets out there. We've never had a single failure.
We actually have the data now to back it up.
We made a decision to be debt-free.
It's just a great upbeat place to be.
We can do anything there is.
It was such a risk. I didn't know even if I wanted to be in business for myself.
And you need people that can think for themselves.
It was interesting. They never told me what they wanted me to do. They just said, we want you on board.
Let go and let someone who can think things out, who you can trust, take the bolt and run.
And I came to them, we can do this and this and this. Oh, we need distributors. And oh, we can go overseas and we can do all these different things. And then they're like, cool, awesome.
What made me say, yeah, let's go for it, because I saw their vision.
In the beginning, it was nothing for us, for Chris and I,
we did it all the time.
to build up those brackets, put them in our car, and take the trip.
I mean, I've never worked for any other company that was willing to get in the car personally and drive it to somebody's house to make sure that they got what they needed.
Reasonably tell a customer, this bracket will hold 100 pounds, so this bracket will hold 50 pounds. Our position on this has always been to be extremely conservative. We had a very generous load ratio going on there, so it makes it almost impossible for a bracket to fail if you do it the right way.
We actually don't just say that our brackets can do this, or they can hold this, or our finishes hold up to this. We actually have the data now to back it up.
Validating it through third-party testing, wrapping it in the ANSI standard. I mean, an architect could design a kitchen and want to use our brackets all the way around. He just clicks a button, it pulls that model up, and he throws them in there.
Really, the architects have their preferred platforms, so we're out there on 4 different platforms.
We also helped, the upcoming ANSI standard on this was developed with our help.
ANSI reached out to us because they didn't have a direct category for heavy-duty countertop brackets. We had just completed the testing data, so we were able to help create that standard, that section, how to add that category in correctly, and what that testing would look like.
What attracted us to Cody? His honesty, his willingness to learn.
They were the first people on the list that sent an email to and answered. So it was kind of like I drew the right straw.
From the kid who said, I can't read a tape measure, but I'll learn, to running the shop.
And he came with a work ethic.
And you're looking at it personified.
I think his first full-time day he was there, we had this tremendous amount of work to do. And he said, how long is that going to take us? It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I said, we're going to be done before we leave tonight. We got to work, and 7:30, 8 o'clock, we were done. The next day, the poor guy walks in, and it's the same thing all over again, another gigantic order. And so it would have ran any normal human being off, but no, not Cody.
What I could be doing this time next year is vastly different than what I'm doing now, because it's ever evolving the entire time, and it's just always making us more relevant in different sectors of the industry, and I love that. And I love the fact that they let me do that, and they have never once gone against their word on that.
Everybody's worked for somebody that they didn't enjoy working for. And we didn't want to be those people.
They're just told, oh, you need brackets. So they come to us lost and confused and looking for help. And you got to treat them like you would want to be treated. I mean, I think everybody's had bad customer service. And you don't remember the person you spoke to. You remember the company they're with.
Thank you for calling Centerline Brackets. This is Pete. Can I help?
Our commitment was to answer the phone on the first ring every time.
So we do everything we can to guide them in the right way, and I say 99.9% of the time, we end up with really happy customers.
Any order placed by noon for 20 or less brackets will ship. We rarely fail.
We always say we're going to get it out. If someone is ordering 100 brackets, yeah, I might not be able to get that out. But guess what? It'll go out the next day.
I bet you there are hundreds and hundreds of times where the customer did not expect to have them shipped that day, we shipped it anyway that day.
It's not just the office, it's everything. Everybody working together, and it makes a difference.
I have a good crew that's behind me. I got great people in prefab. My welders are great. I have a great powder coater, good QC. And even the packing team is great. So it's just not me, it's us in a whole.
He will laugh with anybody.
Sort of, he's kind of grumpy a lot too though.
He is kind of grumpy a lot too.
I just look like that.
He freely admits that he's got a 9th grade education.
I only have a 9th grade education.
Yet he makes a fantastic living. Became a professional inside of that trade and continues to learn and to grow.
They really view it as if you need something and I can do it, it's my job. And that's pretty impressive.
You gotta have somebody who really will treat it like their own business. We made a decision very on in our business not to use chemicals that could harm people down the road. We just didn't want it on my skin, didn't want it on my employees' skin.
Not having the chemicals and making sure our workplace is safe. So you ask why Centerline? I'm gonna tell you why, because we care about our employees, we care about their work environment, and we care about the environment in general.
The only bracket manufacturer to actually have a third-party company to have a life cycle analysis done. At the end of that, they provide us an environmental product declaration, and what that does is it allows architects and contractors to select and use our products with confidence in their sustainable building projects.
I constantly struggle and battle, with myself. Am I an imposter in this role? And yet I look back and we have a successful company. I came into the office one day and went to pick up my phone, and she had stuck a plastic roach. Okay, I jumped, I gave a little scream, and I fired her 10 times that day.
Are we on film?
Yes, go.
People are watching us?
You're wasting time and battery.
I'm wasting batteries. Okay.
That's it. I just made all of that up, Jim.